All right, so the middleweight champion of the world, South Africa's own Dricus Du Plessis, took to Instagram yesterday, and he's basically hinting very, very strongly that he will be defending the middleweight title against none other than the last stylebender, the last dominant champion that the middleweight division had, Israel Adesanya. They'll be fighting, according to Dricus. He said, "Looks like someone wants another beating in Australia. I'm in. I wouldn't want to fight the King of Africa on home soil. Manifestations working good on you." Again, hashtag still knocks, hashtag proudly this, that, or no, the bloody other. The hashtags. People got to stop with the goddamn hashtags. Anyway, Izzy versus Dricus, right? It's not confirmed. It's not official, but it does make a lot of sense, right? This is the fight that was rumored to headline UFC 300. Israel Adesanya lost the belt to Sean Strickland last September. By the time August comes around, that will be 11 months, okay? Izzy's not getting any younger. 34 years old, so he's still got plenty of time. He's had an incredible career, defended the belt many, many times, okay? Some people even saying, is he the greatest middleweight of all time over Anderson Silva? That's nonsense. That's bullshit talk. Let's stop that discussion right now. Israel Adesanya is incredible. Anderson Silva is the middleweight GOAT. That's a fact. But Dricus is the champ, okay? And Dricus gets to call the shots, and that's just the way it is. And guess what? Dricus Du Plessis does not care. He is happy to fly to the other side of the world and take on Izzy in his backyard, okay? Granted, he's not from Australia. He's not from Perth. But they're all going to be behind him. The Anzacs, okay? They're going to be rooting for their guy, Israel Adesanya. Now, Dricus is a popular guy and he's got a great style. And I wonder about this fight, and I wonder about the pressure on Israel Adesanya, because let's think about this. When you look at the record of Izzy, he was defending the belt. He was going through everybody, okay? Other than Jan Blachowicz, when he went up to 205 to try and become a two-weight division champion. That didn't go well, but he embarrassed Paulo Costa, beat Yoel Romero, knocked out Robert Whittaker, and then was starting to lap the division. Then he gets knocked out against Alex Pereira. But what does he do? He comes back in sensational fashion and knocks him out cold in round 2, okay? What a knockout that was, and that's why you've got to put some respect on the name of Israel Adesanya. He didn't need to come back straight away, okay? He could have taken time off. He could have rested on his laurels, gone and spent some money, hung out on a Lamborghini yacht, gone and made some movies, I'm sure.
Don't let no one get this close.
But he didn't. He stepped right back into the octagon to get revenge, and he did it in stunning fashion against Alex Pereira. But that is where the going stopped being good, because next time out against Sean Strickland, the man never showed up. He didn't. Sean Strickland beat him fair and square, almost finished him in round 1, and then the rest of the fight is he didn't really show up, okay? Now, was he burned out? Was he not motivated? Was he stressed out because he had those drink driving charges and all the rest of it? The reality is, we don't know, okay? And the reality is, it doesn't matter, okay? Because that's in the past. Right now, the champion is Dricus Du Plessis. He gets to call the shots, and he's happy to fly to Australia to try and beat Izzy up on his home turf. But I tell you what, for Israel Adesanya, there is a lot of pressure here. Because look, if you're the middleweight champion of the world and you defend the belt 5 times, 6 if you count the interim belt against Kelvin Gastelum, which, by the way, I do not. No offense, Tom Aspinall. It doesn't work like that. You can't count up the title defenses. If one's interim and then one's undisputed, maybe it does. Maybe it does, actually. Who knows? Who cares? That's not the point of the video, right? But if you're defending the belt that amount of times, okay, and then you lose to Alex Pereira, then you come back, you beat Pereira, and then you lose to Sean Strickland, well, you've lost 2 out of your last 3. And if he loses to Dricus, he's lost 3 out of his last 4. You don't need to be a scientist, or don't even have to be a smart guy to predict that that's not going well, okay? Your fight career has seemingly taken a turn for the worst, okay? You were dominating, and now you've lost 3 out of 4. So for Israel Adesanya, there will be some pressure. And for Dricus Du Plessis, of course, there'll be some pressure. Listen, that was a close fight against Sean Strickland, okay? It was a close fight. But I thought he won the fight fair and square. And what he did show was an ability to take Sean down whenever he wanted to. In fact, the takedowns that he hit on Sean, they were very slick, they were perfectly timed, and they were executed perfectly. Mixed it up with the punches, level changed, took him down, and every time it was a clean takedown, okay? And if Dricus can do that to Sean, right, there's a good possibility he can do that to Israel Adesanya. Right, now, when you look at these two on paper, of course, Izzy's the better kickboxer. Everybody talks shit about Dricus and that his kickboxing isn't very effective, okay? It's ugly to look at. But I tell you what, it is effective because other than Sean Strickland, this man has taken out everyone in vicious fashion. Darren Till finished him. Derek Brunson finished him. Robert Whittaker finished him. By the way, what do Brad Tavares, Derek Brunson, and Robert Whittaker all have in common? Well, Israel Adesanya fought them all. Israel Adesanya also finished Whittaker, also finished Brunson, and also went to a decision with Brad Tavares, just like Dricus did. So there is some similarities here between these two people. Izzy's taller, Izzy's longer, Izzy's quicker. Dricus is more powerful, and that's a fact. And Dricus is a better grappler. That's a fact. That is not a discussion, okay? That is not favoritism. That is an absolute fact. You've seen the video. Dricus went out there and choked out an entire team of Gracie black belts, one after the other, with a variety of submissions. The man's a very, very good submission artist. He's got great takedowns. He's extremely strong. He's got great judo, and he has got knockout motherfucking power, okay? And he's not scared either. He is not scared of Israel Adesanya. The man is dying to get his hands on it. So that's an exciting fight, and I cannot wait for it. The middleweight division is heating up. We just had Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev announced yesterday. I did a video on that if you haven't seen it. If you haven't, go and check it out. And they said the winner of that will fight for the title. Okay, now this fight between Dricus and Izzy isn't confirmed, but it makes all the sense in the world. And Dricus is talking about it. He's hinting at it. Everyone's reporting on it all over the place. So I wouldn't be surprised if this gets announced soon. So the winner of Khamzat versus Whittaker fights the winner of Dricus versus Izzy. So where does that leave Sean Strickland? Because Sean Strickland has said that if he doesn't get a title fight, then he's going to quit. Okay? And I might have spoke about this before, and I'm not bringing this up to shit on Sean. Okay? But you've just got to get active. It's as simple as that. You can't sit out on the sidelines and expect to be gifted a title fight. Sean just lost. Paulo Costa just lost. There's a good matchup. Kamaru Usman is looking for a fight in the middleweight division. That would be a rematch. Sean Strickland, Kamaru Usman. I'd like to see that, a former champion against a former champion. They fought at 170, let him throw down at 185. Because Kamaru Usman still wants to be a champion as well. He's talking about becoming the middleweight champion, going back down to welterweight, becoming the welterweight champion, and then retiring again, okay? So the fires are still burning in Team Usman, okay? Kamaru Usman is still pumping with gas. He is still going. He's still thinking that he's going to take back everything, okay? Sean Strickland, Kamaru Usman, that makes sense. Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa, that makes sense. This weekend, Brendan Allen takes on Chris Curtis for a second time. Sean Strickland beat the brakes of Brendan Allen the first time. And if Brendan Allen wins this weekend, that'll be like an 8. I think it's an 8-fight win streak if he gets the job done. Brendan Allen. So there you go. The point I'm making is, regardless of who it is, Sean Strickland's got to fight again because there's too many contenders coming through. So Dricus Du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya, more than likely, don't take it from Mikey B, these are internet rumors that seem to make a lot of sense. Going down August, Perth. I won't be there. I'm devastated. I got bloody one of my best friends in the world, Jacko. He's in Perth. Shout out Jacko. I got family down there, you know, but it is what it is. I'll be somewhere else in the world. Who do you think wins that fight? Dricus versus Izzy. They're leaning towards Dricus. But don't tell Izzy. Yeah. And Whittaker versus Khamzat. I know that was yesterday's video, but who do you think wins that one and fights for the belt? And in fact, let's put it like this. At the end of this year, who is the middleweight champion of the world? Okay, that's a better question because that shakes out who wins all these fights and who wins the tournament eventually. End of 2024, who's the champ? I think it will be South Africa's Dricus Du Plessis. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe and ring the bell. See you soon.